You're listening to the ECWF podcast.
Get the F out.
Alright, welcome to episode number 24 of the ECWF podcast. We will not get the F out, we put the F back in. I am your host, Sean Bicking, and back on the podcast, my co-host,
Ryan Carnage.
And we are coming to you from the Honda Civic Studio in the Electric City, Scranton, Pennsylvania. And on this episode, we were joined by Lucha Underground's Kobra Moon, also known as Thunder Rosa. We talk her recent injury that unfortunately is going to take her out for action for a little bit. We talk about her appreciation for her fans, facing criticism for shooting up the ranks so fast. She's only been wrestling for under 2 years, and she's already in Lucha Underground, already had multiple titles, already worked with amazing people already, like Santana Garrett, Crazy Mary Dobson. We talk about being one of the Godfather's hoes, a lot of Japan talk. She did a 3-month tour over there. Obviously, we talk a lot about Lucha Underground, where she's killing it as one of the most unique characters over there, and that's saying something with all the different people they have there. And we also talk about different indies that she would like to work, and much more. So, enjoy. Alright, back here on the podcast with Thunder Rosa from Oakland, California, or not from Oakland, California, but she's in Oakland. And I saw recently today you put up a message on Facebook about having to step away, take some time.
Yeah, I am.
What happened?
Sometime, I don't know how long. I hope it's not too long. I suffered a small injury on Saturday during a show. And I'm just taking care of it. I've been very proactive. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that, in the next couple of weeks I can get back full force.
No kind of surgery or anything, is there?
No, wood, no.
Okay.
No.
That's good. We're going to jump all around here. And your story is kind of like very inspirational, how you came up and everything. But you were born in Mexico. And you moved to the States, but it wasn't... Like, wrestling didn't bring you over here, right? You came over here because of school?
Mm-hmm. The school, work, the typical immigrant story. Mm-hmm. You come here for opportunities that are not, I wasn't, never thinking, I'm going to be a star, or,
Right.
Well, I'm going to be a luchadora in the United States. No, I want to be a teacher.
Okay.
No, actually, I wanted to be a nurse, and then I changed my mind because I had to take chemistry and, biology, and I was like, I don't think I'm very good at those things, so...
Okay. And when you came over, you didn't know the language, right? That was, a switch for you?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't speak English at all. I only spoke Spanish, and, I spoke, I understood, 7th grade English when I came here. Mm-hmm. So I could communicate with people, but my English was very broken.
Right. And how long did it take you to kind of to get it down?
Until I married a white man.
Nice.
Real story. I married a white guy.
Okay.
And I was forced to speak English only in the household, and that's how I learned.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. You've been known to been very appreciative of your fans, very grateful. Where does that kind of appreciation come from? The way you were brought up, kind of, or respect factor?
Definitely. I will say if we don't, maybe that's a really good question. I was gonna give you go on a tangent, but I think it's I was raised to be gracious and appreciate others. Mm-hmm. For things that they do for you. The same thing when I was working as a social worker, we worked to serve others, and I think now as a wrestler, I see that I wouldn't be nothing if people wouldn't talk about me. I could be a great wrestler, but if nobody gives a crap about what I do, what the hell am I doing it for? For me, for myself? I mean that would be cool, but for me, being an inspiration to fans and having them sending messages that the things that I do motivate them to do something in life. That's why I am so appreciative to a lot of my fans because of that reason.
Right. Now, you mentioned being a social worker a little bit. That's when you first came over, or was that still in Mexico?
No, when I came over, I was 17. I just turned 17.
Oh.
Actually, the day of my birthday, that was my first day of high school, which sucked, by the way, because I didn't know anybody, and like all the girls wanted to beat me up. I didn't become a social worker until I graduated from UC Berkeley, and I started working in the mental health business. So I was doing that for 5 years, and then while I was doing that, I came upon wrestling, the indie wrestling team, and that's how I started.
And isn't that where the name Thunder Rosa came from?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was working as a supervisor for drug treatment facility in Oakland, California called Thunder Road, who still serves underprivileged kids that have mental health and drug and alcohol and other substances issues. So they were my inspiration to like show them how, like, you know, if you have a dream and if you have a goal, you can totally change your life.
Right, and that has to be rewarding for you, right?
Oh yeah, like and it is because some of them are my Instagram friends. I don't have them on Facebook because I have to like erase a bunch of stuff. And I see their progression. Some of them are doing really well, and some of them have texted me and like email me and send me messages that, you know, I'm an inspiration for their lives, and they're really glad that they got to work with me.
Cool.
Because I can see how, you know, a passion and dedication can change somebody's life.
Right. And is that something you see yourself maybe doing again down the road?
Yeah, perhaps, but not in the mental health business. Probably in the fitness and health business. I think it's kind of the same because you have to change your mindset in order to achieve a goal. Like if you want to lose weight or you want to, you know, get in better shape, you really have to change a lot of habits, and that's what we teach. That's what we taught to our kids and our young adults that have, you know, drug addiction problems and other issues. They have to change habits in order to, you know, break their addictions and stuff like that.
Right. And at the same time, was that kind of helping you because like you're kind of a workout freak now and like dieting and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and like now that I'm injured, like I have to be more mindful of the things that I eat. Like right now, I'm not doing a very good job. I'm eating a chocolate Twinkie with a cappuccino, but it's just like I just walk for 2 hours because I can't really exercise right now.
Right.
But I'm very mindful of what I put in my body. The same like with my roommates. Like I decided that if I'm gonna stay at the house, I cook for everybody, so everybody knows that what I'm making is good for them, and it's not gonna be something that, you know, toxic for their body. So definitely like wrestling made me change my life in many different ways.
Right. Now, are you a type of person that's like very strict about it, or do you have a cheat day?
Nah, you know, I allow my body to eat whatever I want when I feel like it. I mean, I love Mexican candy. I love Mexican candy. I can eat that all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was eating that yesterday. Like if I have a taste for something, I'll eat it. I don't binge on it, but I eat it. I think it's important that you like allow your body to eat certain things because, I mean, if it's asking for it, it's probably I don't need it, but you know, I'm not gonna like not eat it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so you've only been wrestling like a very short period of time, and you had a lot of success like already, like very early on. And like I said, I was listening to a different podcast you did, and you said you started getting recognized by some of your peers, like Lilo Rush and Tara. Like they recognized you.
Yeah, like you mean when I go in to other parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I went to Dallas for WrestleCon, like a lot of girls like they knew who I was. And this is all due to social media because I'm super active on social media, you know, and they're like, oh man, I've been following you, like I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. Like I was in shock to like see how many people knew me, you know, like one of the people I was like actually surprised because I think I like messaged him before, Leo Rush. You know, I love that kid. He's just like, he's such an inspiration to me too because he's hustling. He's always like super active. He's like, He's everywhere right now in the East Coast, and then he went to Mexico. So he's making a name for himself for the short amount of time that he's been wrestling. So when I saw him in Dallas, that was like my kind of my highlight, you know, because we both are kind of like in the same path, and we both get a lot of flag because we haven't been doing it for too long, and we always get the whole like, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years, or I've been doing this for 15 years, like kind of like you don't deserve this opportunity. But I don't think it should be that way. I think it's when the person is in the moment, and he or she is there at the right time, that person deserves the opportunity. You know, it doesn't matter how much time you have put in the ring. What it matters is like you're always hungry and you're willing to sacrifice whatever to obtain and achieve your goals.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you handle that criticism, though? Like, when somebody says, like, you know, you shot up the rank so fast and so much so fast, like, almost like, I don't want to say jealousy, but, like, how do you handle that?
At first, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, you know. 'Cause I mean, I started with some of these people. I went on the road with some of these people. You know, I seen them on the ring even before I started training. And I mean, it's not surprising. It's just the price that you pay for success in like a regular job or in a business like this. So at first it was hard, but now it's like I'm used to it. I'm like, honestly, I don't want to say I don't care, but it doesn't face me anymore. Like what I'm doing now is like I'm focusing on my brand, and I'm focusing on, you know, making my family proud, making myself proud, and you know, and continue with what I'm doing, which is like, you know, respecting others and like really, you know, showing admiration and care for my fans and stuff like that.
Right. So, I mean, that stuff's kind of easy to block out, though, because you're so focused on, like, your goals.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But you're injured is not you're just like thinking, wondering what are you doing.
Right.
But you know, but it's a good time also to like focus on what are the things that you can do better. You know, and other things that you can focus to that are in the entertainment business.
Right. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw something where you were at a show and you were one of the Godfather's hoes.
Actually, twice.
Twice?
Twice.
How'd that come about?
Let me see. I think it was BTW. Was it first time BTW? It was.
I think it was a Vendetta show.
Was it BTW or was Vendetta?
Yeah, Vendetta.
I don't remember. Vendetta. Yeah, it was Vendetta. So I was asked if I was interested in being the Godfather. So I was like, yeah. I mean, I was still training. So, you know, whatever I had to do to get in the ring, I was like, yeah, whatever. And I mean, like I said, I didn't really know because I didn't grow up with it in the business. Like, to be a Godfather host was like, it's something cool.
Right.
I was like, okay, sure. So I did it. And then everybody's like, you're a hoe. I was like, I remember when you were a hoe. And I'm like, oh, thanks for reminding me.
Well, sorry if I brought up a bad time.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, and then, like I said, like, you had a lot of success early on, and you did Stardom, the tournament, and
Japan.
yeah. And that was a 3-month tour, like, very early on. Like, did you realize how rare that is, like, with so little experience?
Yeah, I know. It was clear to me when I was in Japan.
Yeah.
You know? But again, it's like when you're given the opportunity and you're tried by fire, like you have to rise to the occasion. There's no room for error, and there's no room for you to say, oh, I can't do this. It's like, no, you have to use your mentality where like, if I can't do it, I'm going to learn how to do it. I have this amount of time and I have to learn it, you know? I had great coaches. I mean, Yoshire was a great coach. Mayu Watanabe was another great person that she had a lot of patience to teach me, you know, some of this basic stuff. Definitely being with Starfire under her wing, she's a wrestler in Mexico, helped me so much because she's so crazy and she's so passionate about this business too in a very different way that I am. And Nikki Storm, which now is in NXT, you know, I had great people to be around. Chris Wolf, who like was our translator and was like super kind to like show us different things. So it's like the mixture of things with them like really helped me, you know, revamp my passion for wrestling. So when I came back to the States, it was like nothing. Now at this point, it was like, oh, nothing is impossible. Like I will learn anything that I need to learn, you know. And ever since then, like my career started like going up because instead of like waiting for people to like book us because I went to Japan, which for some people they can say, yeah, good, that was really cute that you went to Japan, but you know, other people are more famous than you. That doesn't matter. Like that was pivotal for my career, and that helped us to be where we are right now. And honestly, like the mentality that is ingrained in you when you're there, which is like fighting spirit. Like you don't give up. You just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Which I already had, but it was like they just put more in me.
Yeah.
Like now it's like that's what I live up to. You know, it's like I don't give up,
Right.
no matter what.
It kind of took you to like the next level.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. A lot of the stuff that I do now on the ring is things that I learned there.
Mm-hmm.
Even my entrance, it's like we used to do that for a warm up, and now I do it for my entrance, like a nip up from the third rope.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it, and I didn't know how to do it, so I learned it. I was like, oh, this is a cool entrance.
Yeah,
so now
yeah.
I use it.
That's cool. Okay, so it was 3 months though. Did you get homesick at all?
I did get homesick when I got injured because I wasn't doing nothing. I got a concussion, so I was like doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as they cleared me, I started exercising like crazy. So when I came back, I was like super jacked.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But yeah, I was really homesick like my second and third month. But
Yeah.
again, like having really good friends that were like sisters, and I still consider them my sisters, made things a lot easier. Like there was a lot of nights that, you know, I'll be crying, you know, like I mean, I called my husband and everything, but our connection was so bad. Like I couldn't like FaceTime or do anything because our Wi-Fi will, you know, we will go over our
data
and like, and we can only make phone calls. So it was really hard. Like I didn't call my parents in like almost 4 months. Like it was hard.
Yeah.
Like that part was hard. I didn't think it was gonna be that hard, but yeah, I remember a lot of nights crying and want to go home. Like when we're walking on the street, I was just like, I'm just gonna do something stupid so I can get deported. You know?
Yeah.
But that's what it made us stronger, and that's what it made my experience even better because like I could have just given up and I'd be like, can you just like send me home or you know find the money and get a ticket?
Right.
But I didn't. It just like you just fight through it, and it made it more. It made it better, and like at the last week, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
so it was cool.
Now, when you were over there, was it hard to maintain a diet, like your diet that you're used to?
Dude, yes, there was. It was because like I used to eat a lot of vegetables, like tons. Like I was in this like diet called fighter's diet, where like you eat pounds of vegetables for like lunch and dinner, because it's like straight up fiber, and then you know it's easier to like digest. So when I went there, the vegetables super expensive.
Oh, really?
So they were super expensive. So we'll have to buy whatever was in season, and then we'll have to share it because we were we were in a really tight budget. So yes, it was. So we were eating a lot of rice, a lot of chicken because we will get chicken for free from the dojo, and that was good because that was like less money we didn't have to spend, and a lot of canned tuna.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, but I used to eat all the time though. Anytime I was hungry, I was eating.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems to be the go-to. Like when you can't find anything else, the can of tuna is always good for the protein.
Oh yeah.
Okay, another thing too was you didn't really go through like a language barrier over there because I heard you say like your manager spoke Portuguese and you spoke Portuguese also.
Yeah. And I was the one who was translated for everybody. So we speak in my broken Japanese with my Portuguese, and it was a mixture of stuff. So like at the house we'll speak Japanese, Portuguese, English, Spanish. You know, it was cool. It was really cool.
How many other languages do you speak?
I only speak Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. I speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Okay, and where does that come from? The Portuguese?
I took one whole year in college, community college of Portuguese.
Okay.
Because I need a second language to transfer.
Okay, nice. That's good to be like well-rounded like that, and you can take you different places like that. You talk a little bit about the Japanese fans over there because they're known to be like a more quieter, like more respectful, like fan base. Did you think like that was like there was something wrong or like you weren't getting a reaction over there?
No, I think I already knew what I was getting into because like my friends told me how the fans were, but I was able to like break them down and make them laugh. So that was pretty cool when I make them laugh.
Right.
So they're very good. They're very respectful, and I appreciate it at the end of my tour when some of them asked me to come back, and they still text me. No, when are you coming back to Japan? So that feels pretty cool.
Oh, you haven't been back since?
No, I have not been back since because of right now because of Lucha Underground. I'm very blessed that I have a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because I'm under contract, I have to respect my contract.
Obviously, yeah.
I'm not been able to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that an eventual goal though to get back there?
If it happens, yes.
Okay.
And if it doesn't happen, it will be a shame. But I've been missing Japan. I'm not gonna lie. I miss some of the stuff from there.
Right. Well, yeah, 3 months. Yeah, that would make sense. So after that, it was you came back to the States, and then you did a tour of Mexico also, right? Like 5 or 6 months after.
Yeah, I went to Mexico City, and this is again because of the contacts that I was able to make with Starfire. I went with a company that she worked for, which is called Wrestling Stars, WWS. It's a small company, independent company in Mexico City. So I went to Pachuca, Mexico City, and like some other city on the outskirts of Mexico City.
How far was it from where you grew up?
Oh, that's like, I don't know, and plane is like 3 hours and a half, 2 hours and a half.
Oh, wow.
I'm from Tijuana, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm from the border between San Diego.
Oh, okay.
You know,
and
I'm like, Mexico City is the capital of Mexico.
Right. Okay. I mean, what was that experience like though? Kind of like your home country. Like, obviously those fans are different than the Japanese fans.
It was really fun. It was really, really fun. I was warned that the girls were gonna be like really stiff and like they were gonna like be disrespectful because I'm not from there. But like my experience there was like the total opposite. All the girls were really happy to work with me. They trained with me. They taught me new stuff. You know, like when we were in the ring, we learned from each other, and like I learned another pace because like the lucha libre pace is completely different. I'm used to like American wrestling, so I really enjoy it. And I went twice. So I went in October, and then I went back this year for like 10 days.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I did a little tour. I had I think 3 to 5 shows. I don't quite remember, but one of the shows was in front of the Monument of the Revolution, which is it's this historical monument that is, like I said, Monument of the Revolution from 1910.
Right.
So it was really big to me, you know, because it was in front of like probably 2,000, 3,000 people, and it was to defend the Lady Luck Championship. And then I defended it with one of the up-and-comers of the company, Kenisha Moon, and it was really fun. It was really fun to work with her, and she learned a lot, and I learned a lot for myself. So, and it was really humbling. You know, I really enjoy it very much.
All right. Couple of sorry, let me restart that.
No, it's fine.
Another company you worked for, Phoenix Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Was that around like earlier or recently or?
Phoenix Pro Wrestling. Well, I've been working with them for about a year. This is like when I started as a manager, and then like I came back and then I started wrestling. So it's a really cool place to work. It's in oh my God, where is it? It's like Petaluma here in Northern California, and it's very kind of like friendly. I really enjoy working there.
Okay. I saw another thing too. Clutch City Productions.
Oh yes, I want to say hi to Gus. He's super cool. Clutch City Productions, they picked me up right after I got signed for Lucha Underground, and they were the ones who allowed me to go to Dallas, you know, for a signing with all the other girls from Lucha Underground. So it was a wonderful experience. They're wonderful people to work with. They treat us really, really well, and I can't wait to get booked again with them.
Okay, cool. Some of the other people you worked with, even before or maybe after Lucha Underground. I'll just throw some names out there. Sage Sin.
Yeah, she's from SoCal.
Okay, she's another one that does the face paint.
Yes,
Pumpkin
the
Queen.
Halloween face paint.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. Santana Garrett.
Yeah, I worked with her in October in this last Cauliflower Alley, and because of that match, I was able to. Some people saw me, and like some opportunities have come up. So I'm really grateful that that happened. So
Great.
that was really cool.
I think the most recent one I saw was Crazy Mary Dobson.
Oh, I love her. She's so easy to work with. And Pondo, who puts the girl fight.
Mm-hmm.
I had such an amazing time. Like I don't think I can stress that enough. Like I can't wait to go back there and hit the road with the guys and the girls. Like all of them were amazing. Like there was like no drama in the locker room. I just listened to their stories and their backgrounds, and some of these women are so amazing, and wrestling just like me changed their life, that's like the stuff that I want to see, and that's where I met also Tyler Hendricks, which she's killing in ROH.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a wonderful human being, and I'm really happy that I got to work with her my last night on Cinco de Mayo.
Nice. Another Twisted Sisters. I think that's you and your tag team partner, right? Holodead.
Yeah, Holodead. Holodead is my homegirl. We're like always on the road together and training together, and we talk. It's like she's like my wife on the road. Sometimes I see her more than I see my husband.
Oh.
So she's really a really good gal, and she's like she's a hustler too. She's working everywhere too.
Yeah. I love that name too, Twisted Sister. That's like perfect. Another thing I saw too, you being a Rosebud.
Yeah, that was I think let's see, I will say like a year and a half ago in Sacramento in a house show.
Yeah, what was that experience like?
You know what? I was just like, I was surprised that he asked me to do it. So I went there and like I just like honestly I was just checking the production. Like I love how to put shows together,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just looking at the lights, at the monitors, pretty much everything. So it was a different experience.
Right, kind of taking it all in, yeah. Okay, and then I know the story of how you got into Lucha Underground, but you wrestled under a mask there, and I know I heard you say before like that gets difficult because like if it's not tight enough, it moves around and stuff like that. So I mean, how was that adjustment going from face paint to under a mask?
I mean, it is easier. In a way, because you don't have to put that much makeup on, but it's hard at the same time because you still have to like portray more emotions with your body language.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need to know how to use your body to portray whatever you need to portray to tell the story that you wanted to tell. So that's why I think for me has been really rewarding and challenging because it's something completely different that I'm doing in my career, and I'm really glad that the character was given to me, and I was allowed to like interpret what this character is in a very different way, because I think my character is completely different from all the characters to Underground. I'm in a snake, like who's
Yeah.
who else is a snake? So it's really cool.
Now, I think it was your promo you cut. There was like a video package of you like cutting a promo before you debuted. Do you remember? And I didn't get to see it, but I heard the audio of it. And that gave me chills. Like, how many takes did it take for you to get that down?
Man, we were there it was like all evening.
Really?
I don't know, it took us forever. It was fun. It was like my first time doing something like that, so I was super excited.
Yeah, nice. Okay. And before you got into Lucha Underground, though, you were a fan of it, right?
Yes, I actually fell in love with Lucha Underground while we were in Japan. We couldn't see the vignettes. We were only able to see the matches because one of my friends were like, "Dude, we don't have anything to watch, like we don't even have cable." And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you some Lucha Underground stuff. You guys should check it out." So we started watching the matches. So that's when I knew who like Pretty Spuma was, Mil Muertes, Katrina. Who else? I think we watched when Mascarita was wrestling, so it was pretty cool. So it was like a little, just like bits and pieces of stuff that we weren't able to see the whole show
Right.
until I got hired in, and I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Now this makes sense.
Yeah. Like there's been a lot of criticism recently. Well, not recently, but kind of when it first came out with like the guys mixed up with the girls, and like, what do you say to that?
Well, like I said to one of the podcasts yesterday, if they don't like intergender wrestling, they don't have to watch it. They
Right.
have two options, you know?
Yeah.
There's a free country. You can watch whatever you think it's appropriate and what is not. If they don't like it, don't watch it. But I think for us, I'm going to sound like it's sexist, I don't know. They give us an opportunity to show that we're just as strong as men and that we have the chance in the skills to show that in the ring, you know? Because it's just like I think it's like they're giving us an equal canvas to show what we can do in the ring and what we can do outside of the ring.
Right. And a lot of times though, like even like when you're training, like you train with guys.
Yeah, there's no girls.
Right.
I'm like the only girl in my class, and in LA is different. But here in Northern California, I'm the only girl in my class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like I'm used to like getting hit by the guys and being tossed around by the guys. So it's not no different than doing it on TV.
Yeah, that's always my argument when people bring that up. Like that's how they train, so it's not any different than that's what they're used to. Just because it's on TV and you think like, oh, it's violent, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that we're like promoting domestic violence.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like when we can tell a story that is, I mean, Lucha Underground is different. First of all, I just want to start with that.
Absolutely.
But when you're in the indies and you're having matches, like if you are able to tell a story and where it's realistic, when you have an intergender, I mean, why not? You know, we're in 2016.
Right.
You know, things are different. Our society needs to change the views of gender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that by us doing it in sports, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I love it. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I just know like a lot of people kind of, like you said, like promote domestic violence, but they just kind of view it the wrong way, I feel.
I think they do.
Yeah, do you ever see a women's title come up for Lucha Underground?
What, I'm sorry?
A women's title for Lucha Underground?
I don't know, and even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay.
No spoilers.
No, I mean, but is that something like you would like to see?
No, I think I mean, if the women's division grows, I think that will be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now, because they're making the playing field so like they're trying to make it equal for us to access to a man's championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we don't need it right now.
Okay. And I heard you say by your own admission, you kind of got into wrestling like a little later. And was there any ever any MMA aspirations when you were younger?
My aspiration was to like ask my parents to let me play soccer.
Okay.
That was it. And they let me, but they didn't let me because I had to work. So it was like never. For me, like sports wasn't like a thing. I always wish I could play sports like in a team, but because of my economic situation and my family situation, I was never allowed to, and that's why I decided. I think that's like the reason why I went like balls out with wrestling, is because I was like, okay, now I don't live under your roof, and now you guys can't tell me nothing. So
yeah.
I
heard you say too that you were a fan of Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I love Sasha Banks. She's a great worker. I admire her and like her aspirations and how passionate she is for the business.
Mm-hmm. Is that somebody you could see in the future? Maybe you want to mix it up with?
Oh yeah, like if I can have the opportunity to have a match with her, totally. Like she's super awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Lucha Underground's going great, but is like that something you would like go to WWE if it ever came up?
This good question comes all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just being realistic with my age and being realistic with how the market is. I mean, if it happens, I'll be super happy. If it doesn't happen, I'm not. I won't say. I won't say that I was a failure.
Right.
I think Lucha Underground has definitely been such a great platform for me and my young career, and I think they're giving me a wonderful character that can translate into so many different things, and not only wrestling. And I don't know. It's like I think we're going for a long run.
Right, right. Has there been any other talks of any other companies? Like, cause you blew up so fast?
No, not to my knowledge. Not
Okay.
my manager.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
think so.
All right. Recently, another thing I saw you've been doing is like posting a lot of videos of you driving in the car and stuff with your friends. What does that come from? Just like you want to just have fun?
Well, the live feeds are an opportunity for me to interact with the fans. Like you said, like you were saying, fans love feeling that they're part of your life, right? So live feeds allow them to ask me questions at the moment, say hi, tell me a happy birthday. It's like more like intimate, direct interaction. And I think that has helped me even more to be liked for some people, because I'm able to read their comments and say hi and give them reminders, talk about my shows, which is super important. So I want to make sure that they go to the shows and they go to support, the product.
Right.
Because they're not gonna hire me if I don't get people in the seats.
Right.
So that just people forget things, and doing those kind of things that really reminds them, hey, don't forget we have a show in 2 hours. I'll be there. Bring your money for the merch, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
I think they're great too. I watch them when you do them.
Oh, thank you.
There was something this week that kind of got a lot of buzz. There was that crazy rooftop bump with Zandig and Joey Janela.
Oh, Joey. Joey. I was just talking to my friend about Joey, actually. He's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was, I mean, and then I saw you said something like, this is what I have to look forward to, like you were supposed to work with them.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a match. This is a funny thing. We both are injured now, so there's a match not gonna happen. So we were supposed to have a match this Friday at H2O in New Jersey, and now because some of his injuries are actually severe.
Yeah.
He won't be able to participate, and also out of commission.
Yeah.
So
Have you talked to him after that?
No, I have not talked. I have not talked to him yet.
Jeez.
But it's kind of sad, because he's been very popular in New Jersey and that area, because he works with a lot of the girls. So I was thinking, man, we're gonna put such a crazy match, and I was talking to my friend. And my friend was like, yeah, he really likes to work with girls. He knows how to work with girls, So I know that you guys will have a really fun and cool match. So we now will have to wait for this to happen again.
Right. They say everything happens for a reason, though.
Yeah, that's how I believe. I leave it up to the destiny and the universe.
Right. Okay. Is there any indies out there that you haven't worked yet that you would look forward to working with?
Absolutely. Most of the indies in the East Coast,
Yeah.
Beyond Wrestling, there is H2O that I haven't worked for, that I'm gonna be making an appearance, but I'm not gonna be able to actually wrestle.
Right.
There's a couple in New York. Ultraviolent? No, is it Ultraviolent? I don't remember. There's a couple ones in Pennsylvania.
Hey.
In Maryland. There's a bunch. There's so many. I have them actually on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I was doing some research because I want to go to the East Coast and work for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you said you're under contract with Lucha Underground. That's not exclusive, though, right?
Lucha Underground. I don't know. Like even if I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I want to work for House of Glory, ZZW. You know, what is the other one? AWE, Wrestle Pro.
That's a good one.
Excite Wrestling. There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Legacy Wrestling. Keystone Pro Wrestling.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Okay.
There's a ton.
So if you had to pick anybody, either dead or alive, for a dream opponent, who would it be?
Dead or alive. Dream opponent. Sarah Ray.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's great.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That would have been like the APW match of the century. Because she came from APW.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and the other one that I had, it was like, that was on my first year of wrestling. It was cheerleader Melissa.
Oh, nice.
And I have that already. So I checked that out of my box.
Cool. Yeah. I wish the WWE would let her wrestle, but she's killing it as a coach. So I mean, her stamp's all over the place with those girls coming up and everything. So
yeah, her and Sarah Stock, and both of them are coaches. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest outside of wrestling, or like weird hobbies that you're into?
I'm into painting, like making artsy stuff. Like now that I'm always wrestling, I'm just like don't have a lot of time. It's always like gym, eat, sleep, wrestling, repeat. You know. But I like to read a lot. I'm a nerd. I don't even watch TV.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV at all. Only when I'm like super bored and I watch TV.
Right.
I love to cook.
Yeah, you said.
I love to cook. Yeah, so all my friends and roommates know that when like we have guests over, like I feed them until I can't eat anymore.
What's your go-to dish? What's your best meal?
I make this like Mexican noodle soup. That's like my go-to. When I'm broke and I have no money and I want something delicious, I make that.
Nice. Okay. I was gonna ask you what's upcoming for you, but with the injury, everything got put on hold, obviously.
What was that again?
I was gonna ask you what was like upcoming for you, but the injury kind of put everything on hold, right?
Well, I'm going to New Jersey this weekend.
Okay.
I have a signing, and then I'm going to the show in H2O. I have Lucha Underground. Then I'm resting for a couple weeks, and then hopefully by July I have Chicago. I'm going back to FCW for the Comic-Con, which I'm super excited, and I'm like, knock on wood, everything goes well, you know,
Yeah.
and I can do that. And I have a couple of tag team matches with Polydad, and we're going to be wrestling other guys.
Okay.
So I'm really hoping, that my recovery goes well and it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we can do this. So I'm really excited for that. And even if it doesn't happen, I will continue to like train and get better and maybe do something different in the meantime.
Right.
Just to stay current.
Now for Lucha Underground, when does the next season air for that? Because you got it's season 2 now, right?
Season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know the timeline. But hopefully soon.
But
super cool.
Everything was taped already, right?
No.
No?
No, not everything. I don't think so.
Okay. And if people don't know, it's on Wednesday nights, El Rey Network. I know a lot of people don't get El Rey Network, but you can still watch it online, right?
Yeah, you can watch it on iTunes. You can totally purchase the episodes, and they're well worth it. There's nothing like Lucha Underground. You'll never see something like that on TV, and like to support a product that's like, it's something so kind of like futuristic at the same time,
right.
And so different because it's like you have like drama, and you have wrestling, and you have like movie stuff, and then you have like mysterious characters in there. Super cool.
Yeah. It like being backstage there and like how it's blowing up so fast and everything, and everybody's catching on to it. Is there any talk backstage of like bigger companies like plucking the superstars from there?
Can you repeat that? Because I can barely hear you.
Like with Lucha Underground kind of blowing up like as it has, is there any talk backstage of like or fear of like the bigger companies coming like to pluck the top guys?
We don't honestly. I don't really discuss that with anybody.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know how to answer.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. Well, if you have anything else.
Just to thank you for having me in your podcast. And just keep sending positive vibes to my way here in Oakland, California. And don't forget to like my page because Facebook took my page down and I had 12,000 likes and now I only have like 2,000 based on all the people I have supported. But we need to get it back to where it was. So you guys can find me on Facebook at Thunder Rosa. Twitter and Instagram is at Thunder Rosa 22. And my webpage is www.unstoppabletr.com.
Okay. Again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for having me.
That was our conversation with Thunder Rosa and Kobra Moon. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. She's like I said, she's killing it in Lucha Underground. Make sure you guys check that out. El Rey Network or online. There's a million ways to watch it. Don't be lazy. It's completely different from anything WWE is doing or anything else anybody else is doing. It's really something to see. And hopefully she can get to the East Coast and work some of the indies over here. Expand that fan base of hers. So we're going to get out here on our plugs. Facebook group page, Electric City Wrestling Fans. Please join and add as many people as you can. I know I say it all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it. We're at 400 plus 400 now, so I want to get 500, 600. The more it grows, the better it is. And most importantly, iTunes.
iTunes, like, subscribe, give us info, tell us if you like this shit.
Yeah, there it is, what he said. Because I fuck it up all the time. So, that's that. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Alright, welcome to part 2 of this episode. We're going to do the NXT TakeOver The End predictions and preview show. So, you guys know how this works. There's no certain order. We do this in and we just read them as we got them. So this is going to be a kind of quick one. What do you think, first of all? Ryan Collins, obviously, is my co-host, if you don't know that. Okay, here we go. What was I saying now?
What do we think?
Oh, yeah, what do you think of the name TakeOver The End? What do you think that means?
It's gonna be the end of the Samoa Joe and Finn Balor.
You don't think there's any kind of hidden meaning in there, like Finn Balor's last match?
That's
maybe?
what I was gonna...
Okay.
mean.
We'll get to
Like-
that. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do the rundown, breakdown. First match we have Andre Cien Almas. What's his real name?
I don't even know.
Manny Andra. Yeah, that's his name. That's what I call him. This is going great. He's facing Ty Dillinger.
Perfect 10.
Right, and I think that's a perfect opportunity for Ty Dillinger to shine. Manny Andra, again. La Samba. He has a mask on, La Samba. That's what he's known as. That's what I'm calling him. First, Ty Dillinger. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the perfect 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Just because the recent name change, like I said, I don't know what I don't even know how to pronounce it.
And what they're gonna do with him there.
Right, and it's so that top of that card is so like top heavy with big names now. So I don't see there's not a secondary title for anybody to fight for. So It'd be interesting to see where it goes, but we both say Ty Dillinger. Next up on the rundown here, we have a rematch from the previous TakeOver, which I'm perfectly fine with. I could watch these teams go all year if they have to. American Alpha, who is the NXT Tag Champions, versus the Revival. And I hate that name, Revival. It's Dash and Dawson. Dash and Dawson versus American Alpha. What do you say?
I'm going to go with the tag champs. Because I could see the Revival. Okay, Dash and Dawson.
Right, get it right, damn it.
Getting caught up.
Really? I don't know about that. I mean, they just had the recent calls with Enzo and Cass and
And how'd that work out?
And, well, I mean,
they're just doing things, but how'd that work out for Enzo in the beginning?
Yeah, but Big Cass on Raw said last night you're looking at the next tag team champions.
And he flipped a switch like Ken Shamrock and went apeshit.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I know this is NXT we're supposed to be talking about, but I didn't like that whole bringing up the concussion thing and trying to replay it. I thought that was kind of like
stupid,
lazy booking. But okay, NXT, stay focused. Stay focused.
But they were NXT guys, so it's kind of staying with it.
You know what? You can't teach that. How you doing? Who's gonna win? Did we say that?
Yes, I went with the American Alpha. You didn't pick.
Yeah, I didn't pick. I'm gonna say American Alpha also. I don't think the Revival's going anywhere. And what would be the next team? Oh, Tommaso and Johnny Gargano. I think
Johnny Wrestling.
Yes, I think that these fucking names. Get these names out of the way, and we'll just call them what the fuck we want to call them. This is not very PG, and I'm going to curse a lot.
And we don't give a fuck, because it's our show.
Yeah, whatever. Johnny in wrestling. I just spit all over your fucking phone. This is awesome. But I think they're going to be the next tag team champion contender things. So, American Alpha wins. Next, women's champion, Asuka versus Nia Jax. I don't like this matchup. I don't like this style.
I don't like Nia Jax being in this match.
Yeah, I mean, she has approved. I mean, she's huge. She's a powerhouse, obviously. But Asuka is just on a whole different level.
Exactly.
And I just don't, like I said, I don't like the style of the matchup. Like, she's a monster. And it worked with Bayley because Bayley's the underdog, and how's she going to conquer this giant? So I think we're both leaning the same way for this one, too.
I'm saying Asuka keeps it.
Asuka. I don't know if they have any...
I'm going to say they're going to let Nia Jax act like the big monster, stomp her out pretty much almost throughout the whole match, and Nia Jax is just going to turn around and beat her ass.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Asuka's just going to open up a can and take a beating, and then just flip that switch and go apeshit. And she retains. And again... Bayley. Hey,
I want some Bayley. When is she gonna get caught up?
I don't even, not even that. Where the hell, what are they doing? I understand she can't be in the title picture all the time, but if she's not, then she should get called up. But that even is another whole podcast that I can get into how fucking pissed off I am. Where's Sasha Banks, goddammit?
Exactly. Look, it's Paige.
Yeah.
As well. Yes, as you can tell, we love Sasha Banks and Paige.
Yes, and I love Bayley, and I just want the right people to get the right opportunities. But
no, they keep their goddamn belt on Charlotte for no goddamn reason. Like we said, it's a whole nother podcast we can go on and on about.
I'm almost a bigger fan of women's wrestling too. I don't know if that's. I think I am. I like the women more now. But Bayley, Sasha, Paige, all of them. I have my favorites. My guy favorites like Cesaro and Owens and
Seth Rollins.
Seth is a god, by the way. But yeah,
gold.
Yes. And you know what? We're talking about NXT, but you know what? I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We had a little disagreement, and you said Seth's going to win the title back at Money in the Bank, and that's going to be another conversation for a different show. But I'm going to touch it here. I jumped the fence, and I'm going to say Seth is going to win it back. I previously said I don't think he is going to win it back yet, but I think he has to at this point. Like that if you guys watch that promo and the video package they did on Raw, like they set him up so good. Like he's the babyface and he's not supposed to be.
And
He's supposed to be getting booed.
And if you haven't checked it out yet, watch his 24.
Oh my god, yes, I did watch
video.
it the other day, and I highly recommend that also. It was so great. The shit he had to go through, even if you don't like the guy, if you don't like his character, whatever, he's a weasel, that's what he's supposed to be. But if you watch what he had to go through and endure to come back, like, much respect. Like, I'm giving him the golf clap right quick. And
most people would still be out right now.
yeah, that's Cena-esque, like, the way he came back. And just like I said, the stuff he had to endure, like, definitely check that out on the WWE Network.
Even in the video, he gives a little smirk to Cena, like, yeah, I'm back already.
Yeah,
I'm coming back.
Yeah, but we'll save that for our
Money in the
Bank
preview show.
Yeah. Back to NXT.
Shinsuke
Nakamura, who, you know what? I just got done saying Seth Rollins is a god. Shinsuke Nakamura should be the WWE champion right now. I'm gonna go that far. He should be the WWE champion right now. That's how good he is, how over he is, and he barely speaks English. Like, let that sink in for a second. I'm so high on him. Like, everything he does is gold. It doesn't matter who you put him with, like, anybody. And obviously, Sami Zayn is another great, amazing wrestler, but just to put those two together, perfect, great. And all the flaws they do with the women's division, they're doing NXT the complete opposite with Shinsuke Nakamura. They're booking him perfectly. And, oh yeah, by the way, he is fighting somebody. I guess we have to talk about that.
I guess. He's fighting Austin
Aries, who, and before we make our picks, I want to say Austin Aries needs this matchup because ever since he debuted, he's a huge name, and we touched on that before on this show in our State of NXT we did a while back. He's a huge name. He's been all over the place, but he needs this matchup because he's kind of been the fans haven't been taken to him as they should, and I think he's been getting a pass because of history and because of the respect of what he's done. But he fought Baron Corbin,
and then he just had a tag match in his tag team partner with Shinsuke.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But yeah, that was to set up. Yeah, but yeah, he's been kind of floundering. And he's in that scary situation where he could be almost let go. I don't know if it's going to be that bad, but, I mean, he's on the brink of, like, completely losing the audience, not relating to them at all. But, again, the perfect opponent for him. It's perfect. Shinsuke Nakamura. I think this is going to be probably the best match.
I don't know. I still probably the best match on the card is going to be the tag match. Because, I mean... Look what they did the last...
Yeah, they killed it, but the best match of that card was who? Shinsuke and Sami.
Yeah.
They blew it out of the water, and I think this one... I don't know if it's going to reach that level.
And even before the match started, they were chanting, "This is awesome."
Yeah. So, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's going to reach that level of Sami and Shinsuke, but it's going to be close. It's going to be great, and
I don't think anything's going to reach the level of Shinsuke and Sami. That's still possibly the match of the year.
Until he gets called up. Or if he fights Finn, if Finn stays, and we'll get to that in a second. But we do have to make a pick for this match.
Come on now.
I mean,
I'm going with the second god.
Yeah, Shinsuke.
Shinsuke.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious. But again, Austin Aries is going to come out of this looking like a star, and
of course
he should, and he deserves it, and it's going to just elevate him to the next level. And I wouldn't mind seeing this one being another rematch, the next takeover or whatever they want to do, because it's going to be that good.
I don't know how many takeovers you can have.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the point across. We're taking over. We get you're taking over. Like,
I get.
It's like back in the day, the WWF in your houses. There was like
1,000 of them.
Yeah,
like a week.
But yeah. So that leads us to our final main event.
Samoa Joe, the NXT champion, versus Finn Balor in a steel cage.
First ever NXT steel cage. So that's a big deal in itself. And again, I think that's where the whole end, the name comes in. Like, you have a steel cage, that kind of has to be the end of the feud. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Who's the winner? No anything like that. You can't stop a match because of bleeding. And
now, does he come out as the demon, or does he come out as himself?
I think the demon. He always does it for the
For
takeovers.
events.
Yeah, the special events.
I mean, see, he was himself at a live event and
Yeah.
he lost it. So and
Yeah,
he hasn't lost the title
Yeah,
since he was the Demon.
What do you think? To have a title change on a house show, that's something you never see.
No?
And I mean, I don't agree with it, but I like it. I mean, I just don't.
It's something new.
Yeah, it's definitely like
Probably to see what the fans'
yeah,
reactions would be.
It makes you say like you can't, it's a can't miss thing. Like you have to go to these NXT shows.
Exactly.
You never know what's gonna happen. So does Finn become the first ever 2-time NXT champion, or does Samoa Joe hang on to it and fight Shinsuke next?
I mean, I'd like to see, not that I'd like to see Finn go, because nobody wants to leave NXT. Because it's just like, yeah, no, I don't want to be called up.
Yeah, because you know what happens. Unless you're Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty much in the picture, no matter what.
Yeah.
I want to say...
But I don't, even if he loses, I don't think necessarily that he gets called up. I mean, we just talked about Bailey being kind of stuck. I don't see him being stuck. I mean, there's plenty of people for him to work with still, if he's not champion.
I mean, I want to see him work with Shinsuke. Mm-hmm. So I want to say he would win.
So he wins and becomes the first ever 2-time NXT
champion. And then maybe something with him and Shinsuke would happen.
Yeah, I think Shinsuke is just a matter of time before he's in that title picture. He might even get called up before, honestly. But I wouldn't mind seeing him have a nice. And that's the thing too with NXT. They the people that are the champions. They give them nice long title reigns. It's not like a hot shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Month to month ding.
I mean, I'd also like to see him and Shinsuke become a tag team. Maybe go after the tag team titles.
That'd be nice too. Yeah, that.
But then again, this is the real world,
Right.
And that would just be like, okay, we're taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
We're having no tag team.
All right,
together.
so you pick.
I'm gonna go with Finn.
Final answer.
Yes.
And I'm going to agree. I don't know why.
Just because the Demons never lost.
That's true. That's the thing. If he comes out as a demon, yeah, definitely.
If he comes out as a demon, I'm saying Finn. If he comes out as himself, I'm going with Joe.
Yeah. So that's up in the air, I guess. We're gonna have to.
Pretty much, we agree.
Yeah. So
either way, we agree.
That's our predictions, and goodbye.
Yeah. Blow up the stuff.
Bye.